Well, hello everybody. I'm Bill Bushka. This is
Karen Lee.
Karen Lee. We're friends, and we have a story to tell you.
Yes, yes. It's all about Bill and me and preparing to go to the temple, working on my genealogy.
Yeah. Oh, and we are here at the lovely
Yes.
Ciudad Juarez Temple.
Yes.
So,
And
yeah. So you were baptized. When were you? When did you? How long ago did you join the church?
in 2020.
And you went to the temple about a year later.
Yes.
And so you were able to get your endowment and be sealed to your husband,
Yes.
all in the Gila Valley Temple with dear friends.
Yes. Yeah. It was really meaningful.
Yeah, and Blake and Grady were great friends.
Yes. Yes. An unlikely friendship, kind of like you and me.
Yeah, and so it had profound meaning.
Yes. Yes, it did.
Hey, I know you guys.
Bishop!
There you are.
Hey, man!
You know how to edit.
No, I like that part.
Okay.
Okay. So then, pretty long period of time passed.
Yes.
You hadn't been back to the temple.
No, I had not.
And now I happen to know. Okay, that was your bishop just
Oh,
walked
was
by.
it?
Yes,
I didn't see
and
who it was.
your
McDavid.
ward has and has now an incredible release society president. I happen to know she invited you to come to the temple more than once, but
And
it was
I have a lot of invitations.
yeah, but you didn't come.
No,
Yeah, and then your Doug Pack, who was a
good friend.
Good
He was
friend.
my bishop.
and he was my bishop. We were in the same. We used to be in the same ward before it was divided into two wards.
Yes.
And all these are wonderful people. And he wanted to help you get a fast pass, right?
Yes.
So you could come here regularly.
Yes.
And what happened?
Well, we set a time, and the next morning, and I went to bed that evening, and I prayed about it. And in the middle of the night, I woke up, and I've never had a panic attack that I can ever remember.
Yeah.
I think that was a panic attack. It was always so ingrained in me. There is nothing good for you in Juarez.
Your parents told you.
Yes, yes. I was born and raised in El Paso.
Yeah.
I went to high school here.
All right. So here we have our bishop and our release society president, who were all shepherded Sister Lee.
Yes.
So
That's right.
Thank you for
We're here.
Yes.
These two, I was in the ward council because I was the ward mission leader, and these two leaders, man, you couldn't ask for anybody.
Such hard workers.
Yeah, so diligent,
Yes.
but they didn't have the magic key to get Karen to the temple.
You're not deceitful enough.
You weren't sneaky enough, okay?
It was.
It was, yeah, so you came to my house, we researched,
Mhm.
we submitted names to the temple. And,
Yes.
And then what did we do?
We printed them out at your printer,
Yeah?
and you and I cut them apart,
Yeah.
and I still hadn't caught on. I guess I'm either very naive or quite trusting,
I see.
and I totally trusted Bill Bushka.
Okay.
So.
So we made an appointment to go to the temple, baptistry, right?
Yes.
And you were baptized for who?
My mother,
And I was baptized.
or my father.
So this is like incredibly
Yes.
important.
And meaningful. It wasn't some unknown people.
Yeah.
And as we were sitting there, waiting to go into the baptismal font,
Yeah.
is that what you call
Yeah,
it?
into the font. Yeah.
Okay. I was feeling really
It's a house of
guilty.
revelation.
It sure was. The thought occurred to me that coming here was the end game for doing all the research. And he started laughing. And so I started coming. And I don't know why or how I got hooked.
You got hooked on the
Yes,
temple?
Yes, I would never have
You
thought it.
poor thing.
I know.
It's
isn't
all
that
part
something?
of a big plan.
So,
Before the world was.
we have come quite a bit.
Yeah.
I've been to several endowments for deceased members of my father's family,
Uh-huh.
and Grady and Grady was baptized. Grady and I were sealed,
Uh-huh.
and so I realize now how much work there is to do.
You know, I want to share something that happened. I think it was when you did the endowment for your mom, and I did it for your dad. We were sitting in the celestial room. And from time to time, Karen has a little episode where she misses her husband, Grady Lee, very badly. And I think you had one of those experiences in the celestial room. And she was crying, and a young man sitting next to us went and got a Kleenex and brought it to you.
Yes.
And he was very kind, very solicitous of us.
And a stranger.
And a complete stranger, but at the end, as we were leaving, he introduced himself. And his last name was Lee.
Yeah.
And I mean, I knew what the Lord was doing there.
Yeah.
He works by symbols and proxies in the temple, and that was a tender mercy.
Yes. Yes. And it was so unexpected, and I was so glad to have been there, you know, doing the work.
Yeah,
And I'll never forget it.
yeah. And now we're doing it as often as occasion permits.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
It may not be every week.
Well, I mean, you got things going
Yeah.
on in your life,
Yeah,
but
and
we've gone multiple times a
things-
month.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not unusual for us to go sometimes 4 times in the month,
Yeah.
but sometimes it might only be 2,
Yeah.
depending on your
On
schedule and
circumstances.
mine.
Yeah. So anyway, you know what one of the things that this experience and other experiences like it is that this is actually exactly like missionary work. You know, you befriend you befriend people, you help them with their family history. There's a bond formed, and then the bond just gets deeper the farther you go into the
Yes.
temple.
That's so true. It is such a warm feeling. And as you said, those tender mercies that come your way as a result, I can't tell you, I can't guarantee anything,
Yeah.
but I can tell you it doesn't hurt. It doesn't
Well,
hurt,
President
and it will
Nelson
make you-
guarantees a lot of stuff.
It will. Well, yes, and that's what you told me about the trip to and from Waters.
Yeah.
I have no fear now.
What a
And
contrast.
yes, yes.
Quite miraculous. Well, anyway, thank you, Karen.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you.
We're having a good time.